Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to SBR Sports Picks. His name is Jimmy the Bag. My name is Peter Loshak. This is Loshak the Bag show for Tuesday morning, January 8th. Yesterday, Jimmy the Bag. Once again, it was a great day all around. Did you have a winning day? I know that
in everything.
NBA,
yeah. NHL, NCAA football, NCAA basketball.
Sorry, I'm having just some issues here. Yeah. Okay, hold on one second. Hold on one second while I put this.
No worries. I'll give a shout out to all the cappers here in the chat. We got Farouk Islam, Joe Ramirez, Jeremy Miller, Dave LA, $3,600 yesterday he made off of Clemson. Hugo Gill, Ron Lofton in the house. Dom Ricci, our man Dom. Giancarlo Lopez. Christopher Comentini, Maxwell Smart in the house. We're going to have Maxwell Smart on the late show today. We're also going to have Big Boss.
Oh, DJ Maxwell Smart
Big
is coming on the late show.
Yeah, we're going to give him. There's a huge college basketball card, so we're going to do a quick 15-minute with Max. Just a quick one. We're also going to have DJ Big Boss in the house. We have Beat by Majib, Daryl Lyles, Chris Garza, Nut Flush Allen in the house. Mally Mal. What a great group. You ready to rock?
Yeah, I am ready. I just had to adjust my thing. Yesterday, once again, regular viewers of the show know that Mondays, I'm not saying every single Monday. It's like the birthday pick. Not every single Monday is great for me, but it's just been a long time that Monday has been my best day, even in NBA, even in all the things that I usually suck at. And yesterday, killed it again in NBA. I had like a 3-in-1 day, and all those plays that I thought, I got to start trusting my instincts, Jimmy the Bag, on Mondays, because all those plays that I thought were good, the Kings minus the points, the Milwaukee minus the points. We were even talking about New Orleans. You had a winner with New Orleans, and I was saying to you, I agree with that. And I was saying, what would you rather have, the New Orleans team total over, or the Memphis team total under? Both of them cashed. You know what I'm saying? I got to really start trusting my leans on Monday, especially in NBA. Of course, in NHL, we liked the Minnesota Wild under. I took the first half under. Jimmy the Bag took the full game. Cashed easily. San Jose, we got that one.
And 30 seconds away from getting the Flames minus 1.5, too. That missed by 30 seconds. Still a nice, juicy winning day in NHL. I'm back to double-digit units plus in NBA.
And, of course, the big news. Sorry, didn't come to cut you off. But the big news, of course, is, so how did you guys do in the championship game? We did wind up giving picks. It took us a while because it was a tough line set, right?
It was.
Jimmy the Bag wound up giving Clemson. I wound up giving over. Bam, we both nailed it. Side and total. I had the total. Jimmy the Bag had the side. That's what we do.
That's what we do. Yeah, I love sides. You love totals. You love those Loshak. It was not easy going up against Drew.
No, and it's not easy just looking at these market lines. In retrospect, I was looking at that. I was like, what was I so friggin' afraid? What happened?
Everybody hit it, too. Everybody hit it, too. We have my man here, Julian Cesario, giving a shout out to Jay Money. God, was he all over that Celtics play? He hit it first quarter, first
that
half.
Was a great call.
I was watching. I was like, God, what a mistake I'm making there, not being a part of it. This is great stuff. We are working as a team. We are winning as a team, and we're not just barely winning.
Yeah. Well, killing it. Yeah, that was Monday, though. Monday, everything starts to get a little bit shakier as Tuesday comes around. The only game that we were off of was Detroit. Jay Money liked Detroit. You like Detroit. I like the Spurs team total under, but that's fine. Just one loser. I'm looking around. God, I even thought that Houston was the right play. God, that Memphis-New Orleans game. You had that one. The Milwaukee. Why are we so hesitant to take Milwaukee minus the points? Why are we so hesitant to take the Kings minus the points?
Well, the Kings was I think a little bit trickier of a spot. It didn't really make sense. They'd lost 4 straight, but they played actually quite well in those games. And if you hear these guys talk, like Jackson's like, we're playing our hearts out there. We're playing good basketball. I should have taken more into what he was saying there. Maxwell Smart, also a giant winning day. And, the only reason why I had a winning day in college basketball is because of the great Noli Knows.
Yes.
Noli Knows
awesome.
On that under. What'd they put up, 28 points in the second half in that game?
I didn't have time to look in I didn't have time to look in depth the college basketball card, but the comment section did. They put us on the under in the Jacksonville in the Jackson State game, and the Howard game was the big one. Everyone was saying Howard was going to win by a mile, and they did. I apologize that I gave Eastern Washington, which lost. And then even in NHL, my lean to St. Louis and Philly. You remember I was talking about the under.
What did I say about Binnington?
He was great. He absolutely was.
He was
and
spectacular.
Philly got shut down. I did take the Philly first period money line, which pushed, didn't lose. So everything was good yesterday. Let's see if we can do it again today. How about that, Jimmy the Bag?
Let's see if we can do it again. We've got to get right into it. There's
Yeah.
19 games in NHL and NBA. I was up at the crack of 3:30.
Yep,
Of
so
3:30.
was
But
I.
I did go to sleep pretty early. I stopped watching the championship game. I said I got to go to sleep right now. Clemson was way up. Dom Ricci, my man, says, again, the rare times I played a teaser and won, but needed it, Clemson plus 12, over 52. Also took Clemson plus 6. And Jeremy Miller, Alcorn Cash. And you know what? Shout out to Mally Mal, because Mally Mal saying Fairfield was the lock. Him saying that got me off of Niagara. I was so close to taking Niagara all day, and Mally Mal saved me $100 there, because I've just been doing half units on NCAA basketball. It's funny. I mean, last year, I spent so much energy in between shows. I spent the whole 5 hours grinding, stressed out, trying to grind as many college basketball games as possible. I have a bad season. This year, I'm letting go. I'm letting the experts be the experts, and I'm tailing when I feel it appropriate. And I'm still capping some of the games, but now if you've seen what I've done, I remember I was down 19 and a half units. Now I'm up, I'm not sure about 4 or 5 units, but that's a 25-unit swing just because of guys like Maxwell Smart and Noli knows, and Mally Mal for that reason. But yeah, we have a ton of work to do. Let's get into it right now.
All right, yeah, and just shout out to Troy V, who says Blackhawks first period over hits again. All right, so we got a huge NHL card. We don't want to spend too much time on any individual game.
Can we do that actually? Can we? So it's 10:07 right now.
Right.
So when do we want to move from NHL to NBA?
I would say about 10:35.
Can we make it 10:37? Okay. Can we start with the record, because we're coming off a nice winning day after a bad Friday and not a great weekend. So let's see that. Let's get that up there. There we go. And that's more like it. I want to get back to 20 units. I want to get to 50 units, and then I want to get to 100 units. Okay, let's get to work right now. Now, Pete, I need a big favor here, and I know you're going to like certain games,
Sure,
but
sure.
because there's so many pages of notes here, I'd really love to go in order of the 7 o'clock and down.
All right. The problem is that we're going to have to only spend a few minutes on each game
No
and
problem.
really keep brisk
I can get
pace.
this done. I can get this
All
done
right.
at 10:37.
Okay, but don't talk like try to keep brisk pace, but so people can understand. Okay, because I need to understand too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
All right. First game is Minnesota-Boston, and I was gonna take Boston here on the -1 line. I would still do it, but the line has moved strongly in Boston's favor, so I get a much worse line. Do we love Boston here -1?
Yes, I'm on Bruins -1.5. I've already tweeted this play out. I tweeted out
beat the
4
line?
favorite. I didn't beat it by that much,
Right.
just because I didn't make the moves until there's so many games, and it took me a little while to figure things out. Wild on the second half of a back-to-back after defeating the Habs 1-0 in Montreal last night. They've won all 3 of this 4-game road trip, defeating the Senators 4-3, Leafs 4-3 as well. Dubnyk's been playing very well, which means we've not seen much of Stalock.
Right.
Stalock's played 32 minutes and 58 seconds over the last 12 games. Eric First questionable. Matt Dumba out until March. The Wild are 4-2-0 in the second half of back-to-backs this year. When they were 4-0, I said on this show they will be under 500 in those situations moving forward. They've lost 2 straight in this situation. Since I said that, they're going to lose a 3rd straight tonight. Bruins have won 4 straight. Streak coincides with them getting healthy. Only McAvoy out of the lineup right now. They're coming off a 2-1 win at home to Buffalo on Saturday night. I expect them to go on a run. Tuukka Rask is on a 3-game winning streak, 1.63 goals against average, 949 save percentage in that stretch. King Rail in the house, thank you for joining us. I am on the Bruins -1.5.
Okay, that's going to be +155. I'm going to take.
I got +165.
Oh.
I tweeted it out earlier.
You got 165. Very nice. I'm going to have to get a worse line here. I'm going to take Boston -1, the money line -176. And the puck line is +155. And I was also thinking about the Minnesota team total under. What do you think about that? Do you think that, Rask should be good? She should just be able to hold these guys down.
I think it makes a ton of sense. Remember, the reason why we took the under yesterday was because the Wild aren't scoring on their power play because they don't have Matt Dumba there, who is absolutely electric. I fall madly in love with this kid, 7th overall pick. The guy's playing like a superstar. He is a superstar. They have Ryan Suter already. Ryan Suter has passed the torch on the Dumba. The fact that he's out for 3 months is going to slow down the Minnesota Wild.
All right, I'm going to take the team total under 2.5 -110. That's the current line. Heritage might be a mistake. Next on the docket is Carolina against the Islanders, and the Islanders are obviously rolling, but I'm not sure if Lehner's going to be in goal, and if Greiss is in goal, that changes things, I guess.
It does.
And Carolina is also playing very well. I was thinking about under, maybe first period under, full game under, but I guess it matters who's in goal for the Islanders or not.
It does matter, and we are in Nassau. That's another big point here. We're in Nassau. Dom Ricci says, DJ, did I hear you have a video tonight? Better! We got Big Boss live on our late show better. And we are working out all the sound kinks. We think we figured out what was going wrong with the sound. God, I hope so. I'm going to lose my shit if it isn't. Islanders are rolling, coming off their 6th straight win. But we have to look closely at some of these games. They were outshot 32-14 by the Blues. Now the Isles have won 9 of 10. They'll be playing at a sold-out Nassau Coliseum. Would love to know if my man Dom Ricci is going to be at this game. Robin Lehner's won 7 straight. Earned 3rd Star of the Week honors, but you're right. He suffered an injury while making a last-minute save against the Blues there, so he could be sat for Thomas Greiss, who is 3-0-0 against the Hurricanes this season. Hurricanes are coming off their 4th straight win Sunday afternoon, 5-4 at Ottawa. They've scored 17 goals over a 4-game winning streak. I was like, well, what's going on here? How is this happening? Because we know that Jordan Stahl's dealing with a concussion. We know that Ferland is not scoring, so who's doing it? Yeah. Their first line is rolling. Aho, Tuevo Teravainen, another terrible blunder by Stan Bowman getting rid of him. And they're playing with Brock McGinn. He's replaced Michael Ferland. McGinn has responded with 2 goals, 2 assists, +4 in 3 games. 2nd-round pick by the Canes in 2012. Now, interesting, he's just 6 feet, 185 pounds. So this is a smaller line, although Aho is a bigger player. Jordan Stahl, as I said, remains out of the lineup. And my man Drew from SBR Forum in the house. This is a tricky spot. The Hurricanes are playing so well. The Islanders are playing so well. We're not going to get Lehner, although we're going to get Greiss, who's 3-0. I find that I'm expecting McElhaney in net. I find this very tricky. I don't have a play on it.
All right. I was just, not to go back just one quick second. What do you think about the Boston team total over? How is Stalock and how is Minnesota defensively?
Stalock's been good this year, but man, 32 minutes over 12 games? You have to think that's a very difficult spot. Is it 2.5?
No, it's 3 minus 120.
I find that quite appealing, but the
total is also 5.5. But you don't like a lot. All right, so that's fine. Let's let's move on.
Kevin Pine liking the over in the Isles. Kane Freggiali liking the under in the Islanders game. Kobe Valentine saying loving the Islanders here. Listen, I find this a very tough spot. And also because we've got 19 games to get through and we're going as fast as possible, we're not going to be able to get to some of your great comments. Yes. It sucks that we're not going to.
I will scan them while you're doing your analysis, Jim.
Thank you.
Florida-Pittsburgh is the next game. I was thinking about a shot with the over, but it is the old 6.5 juice to the over, so that can be very dangerous and treacherous. Pittsburgh, of course, they've been rolling, but off the Chicago loss. Florida's off of 2 losses. I don't know if we trust Luongo right now, but I don't know if we want to take Pittsburgh on this high of a favorite line. What do you think?
I've already taken the Penguins -1.5. I got a great line. I got plus 135.
Let's see. But Luongo is unconfirmed. Would it be better if...
I think they're going to play Luongo. I really do. I think they're going to move forward with Luongo. That is the idea. There's been strange rumors saying that he's on the market, but no one's going to want to pick up Luongo. Strange rumors saying that they're looking...
So wait, so you tweeted out Pittsburgh on the puck line.
I did.
And you got what?
Plus 135. I'd have to pull out...
Plus 135, are you sure?
I'm positive. Well, no, I'm not positive, but that's what I remember. Let me just pull it up now.
And you consider that to be a good line?
I do.
Okay.
Is it not?
Well, the line has moved. There actually has been some movement in Florida's favor. Now the best line will be plus 150.
Jesus, really?
5 dimes, yeah.
Wow, let me check.
Did you get plus 135?
I got, oh no. I got plus 150 at 5 dimes.
Okay, right. There you go. Okay,
sorry, I got plus 135 on the Sharks.
Okay.
I got plus 165 at Bet365 on the Bruins. I got plus 150 at 5 dimes on the Penguins. Thank you. I knew that there was a problem when you said you consider that. Okay. All right.
I'm just going to do a little joke here and there.
I love it. Also, Billy Exotic saying Islanders should win. Dom Ricci on the Islanders. Melee Payless Way on the Islanders puck line here.
Even with Greiss in.
Even with Greiss in there. Nassau's a special place. So let's keep rolling. Panthers at Penguins. I'm on the Penguins -1.5. They had their 8-game winning streak snapped by the Blackhawks 5-3 in Pittsburgh Sunday night. During the streak, they outscored their opponents 32-9, blew a 2-goal lead and a 1-goal lead. And Kobe, Captain Sassana, Bobby Pantload, all these guys knew that Chicago always steps up in Pittsburgh. They all had the Blackhawks. Very impressive capping.
Yes,
I stayed off that game. This is a healthy group without Justin Schultz. I expect them to bounce back. Panthers have lost 2 straight, coming off a 4-3 overtime home loss to the Jackets on Saturday night. Luongo has not been playing well. In his last 240 minutes, the equivalent of 4 games, he's allowed 17 goals, save percentage of .863. Bukestad remains out of the lineup. Trocheck actually back on the ice after 6 weeks from his broken ankle. So he's still a long ways away, but God, that guy's got a ton of heart. And Ganja Gamer says not in Nassau anymore. What are you saying, Ganja Gamer? It's in Brooklyn. So has that changed? This game is supposed to be in Nassau. Has that changed? Ganja Gamers, can you please let me know if that's changed? The whole plan was that this game was in Nassau. Do you guys know is what Ganja Gamers, please let me know if that's going on. It is in Brooklyn. Wow. Okay, because it says Nassau in the... Wow, okay. Thank you, guys. Interesting. In sleepy Brooklyn. Wow. That's a game changer. I have Nassau on my notes. Thank you for letting me know that. Okay, let's keep rolling.
All right, so that makes you like the under a little bit more, maybe.
I want to get that confirmation because it says Nassau on ESPN.
Right. Okay, so let's move on. The next game on the docket is New Jersey Buffalo. No, I was thinking that both these teams are struggling, right? Eichel, is he going to be in or out? I'm assuming that he's going to be out again. If he's in, is he going to be full? 100%. I assume yes. But New Jersey's making this trip from the West Coast. I was thinking that this might be a spot to take Buffalo, but there has been some ominous line movement in favor of New Jersey, which makes me nervous a little bit. What do you think about this one? I was leaning Buffalo. Eichel was back at practice after missing the past 2 games. I think he's going to be in. But is he going to be 100%? Probably.
Sorry, I'm just Ganja Gamers saying they left Nassau long. The Ganja Gamers, I don't. They're playing like about 18 games, I believe, in Nassau this year. Yeah, we all know that they've left Nassau long ago to the Barclays Center. That's not the issue here. I believe they're in Nassau tonight. Please get someone to. Oh, and the Williams sisters are back. We love the Williams sisters. Thank you for joining us. Okay, let's keep rolling here. Troy V's on the Devils, Sabres under. Taylor Hall's now missed 6 consecutive games with a lower body injury. Marcus Johansson's missed 8 straight with an upper body ailment. Mackenzie Blackwood, who had looked like their savior, he's now out with an abdominal strain. Now, this is actually good because Kincaid's not good at playing every single night. So now that he's had a break, I bet you he actually steps up in this situation.
You think so?
I do.
Yeah.
I think so. Nico Herscher scored his 12th goal. Lovejoy got a goal too, and they had a 2-0 first period lead on the Golden Knights, who are a very, very, very good team. And the Knights sure came back and won 3-2. But I was impressed. Sabres don't have Eichel, as you said. I don't expect him to be in lineup. Reinhardt's also sick.
You don't, even though he practiced, you don't expect him to be?
I don't, because he didn't play with his regular wingers, and he did no line rushes. So he was basically just like on something's wrong.
Right.
Something's wrong with him. Sabaka slid into Eichel's spot. If you're going to take Buffalo, I would wait. Brandon Lugo says the game is in Nassau. Thank you, Brandon Lugo. It's showing Nassau. Thank you, Don Reach. Yeah, that would have messed up all my capping if that was the case. Okay, they're coming off a 2-1 loss in Boston on Saturday, so they have Skinner. So Sabaka is taking Eichel's spot. Tage Thompson will take Reinhardt's spot if Reinhardt is sick. Sabres are getting Gergensen back. He's been out with an upper body injury. I love Casey Middlestat. I know his stats are bad, but I like the chance of him getting the first-line center moments here in the power play spots. But this is another tough spot. Like, the volatility skyrockets when the best players are out of the lineup, and it just makes me want to stay off of it.
Oh, man, I would love to. How is Buffalo without Eichel? What's the rest of their roster look? I mean,
Well, Skinner's been spectacular, and I love their young defense. Dahlin's been so good this year, and Ristolainen has stepped up in a leadership role.
And you think Kincaid is okay?
I think Kincaid will play well. Yeah, I expect Kincaid to play well right now.
So what about a shot with the under? You could get a 6.
That's quite interesting. That's a really interesting play. I believe somebody was on it, too, when we started this off. The under looks good. Was hoping. And Kobe Valentine's on New Jersey. Moneyline and -1.5. Troy V, New Jersey Buffalo under. God, I wish we had more time. We only have 19 more minutes on NHL.
Yeah, but that's okay. We can go back to it.
Christopher Comentini says no scoring after Eichel.
Yeah. All right, I'm leaning under, and I might take that one. Yesterday, all my NHL leans were all cashers, and I should have given them. Philadelphia, Washington is very interesting. Obviously, Philadelphia is on a back-to-back. You got to think that at some point Philly's gonna look inside themselves and decide that they got to find it for one game. Is this going to be that game? I don't know. Washington has lost 3 of their last 4. They should be better, shouldn't they?
They should be,
or not.
I don't. This is I'm definitely not going to back the Flyers in any situation.
Right.
It looks like I'm going to have to send Tomarino Tomor $100 American at the end of this season. But they always seem to put a big win streak together. I don't know if they're capable of doing it here. Richie Rich joining us, great NHL capper. Nate Holguin saying Eichel is that game changer. Washington Capitals top 3-game losing streak, 3-2 victory at Detroit on Sunday, but their power play is not scoring. And when a team's power play, as you guys know, if their power play is not rolling, I don't back them. And they're 1 for 31 on their power play in the last 10 games.
Who is this?
The Capitals.
The Capitals, right.
And what
but
does
they should
that
be
say?
better, though.
But what does that say to you? To me, that says, and I looked it up, and it's not quite the case, but to me, that says Kuznetsov and Oshie are still dealing with the ramifications of their concussion. That's what it means to me. And I've tried to break down their numbers, and they're actually still scoring a bit. But that to me means something's wrong, and it's Kuznetsov. He's the guy who makes everything roll. So I think that is an issue. But I mean, I don't have any way to really prove it. But why else would they be 1 for 31? This is the most dangerous power play in the league. Flyers coming off their 7th straight loss right now. 7th straight loss, 3-0 at home to St. Louis. Sean Pala in the house. Nice having him. They were booed off the ice last night. Now they might start Mike McKenna in goal. Nolan Patrick's back. They're still missing Andrew McDonald. Billy Exotic talking about Newverth, the Philly goalie at 4.227. I expect McKenna actually to get a shot here. Sports Better 609 says, Flyers are my home team and I can't back them. They can't be trusted. Right. Oh, and Richie Rich says Copley's in net.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, I've hopefully think that's so helpful. Thank you guys so much for letting us know.
All right, on the side, I am going to take New Jersey Buffalo under 6 minus 117. That's a Pinnacle right now, buying to 6. Under 6 minus 117, New Jersey and Buffalo. Yeah.
I think that makes a ton of sense. I'm going to jump on that too.
You want it too?
Yeah, I do.
All right, Jimmy the Bag taking New Jersey Buffalo under 6 minus 117, and that is at Pinnacle. All right, so yeah, I guess we'll pass on the Washington game. Next on the docket, Montreal Detroit is Detroit just can't buy a win. Detroit just can't buy a win, but maybe they get one here. I was thinking maybe the over is a good play. Montreal, of course, on the back-to-back, a low-scoring game against Minnesota, and I was thinking over. Shea Weber is out, or I think he's going to be out. I'm assuming he's going to be out, right, for Montreal.
Oh yeah, Weber. I expect Weber. Actually, you never know, but you never know when a puck hits someone in the face because generally we're dealing with a concussion.
Yes.
So I'm expecting it to be a concussion. He finished that first period, probably felt headaches, and was not in the second and third. As you said, second half back-to-back after their loss to the Wild last night. They have struggled on this power play. I'm telling you, this Canadiens team, we're going to get value fading them. Their power play's at 12.8%. They now no longer have Andrew Shaw making space for Druin and Domi. And Domi and Shaw, they work together because they're physical guys. They're not big guys, but they go to the dirty areas. They skate fast. They hit hard. Oh, and Samuel Martin booed off the ice. First period written all over it. That might be a great spot.
Wait, who first period for who?
For the Flyers. They were booed off the ice. That's interesting.
Right, that's what I'm saying. At some point, they're gonna get it together. That's what I was thinking as well. I might add that one on here. But Niemi is in goal for the Habs. I was thinking over. It was at 5.5 when it opened. Now it's up to 6. I was thinking maybe this is a spot to time a win for Detroit. Maybe the Detroit team total over.
See, Billy Exotic says Habs are a good team, and listen, I'm going to continually say this all year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're fast and they're young and they have a good vibe in the dressing room. And Brendan Gallagher may be my favorite player in the NHL, and they're changing the vibe. All that stuff. But listen, they're going to lose a lot of games in the second half of the season. You're just not going to win in this NHL with a 12.8 power play percentage.
Right.
Look at this. They're last in the league in power play percentage. Their penalty killing's at 78.3%. I do now. Carey Price is playing. I think Carey Price is going to finish the year really strong.
But Niemi's in goal.
Yeah. But and Billy Exotic says if Price. And Gate Pasquis says, Jimmy, don't fade the Habs tonight. That's enough for me not to make a move on this game. I wasn't planning on making a move on this game, but I do see why you like the Red Wings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Philly, talking about the Philly on the first period, so something's wrong with Washington, and we think Philly has any NHL team, when they get booed off the ice, has the personnel to come back and play a little bit better their next game, no matter who's on the team, right?
You'd think so.
You would think so. All right, let's move on. Okay, so the Detroit game, I was thinking about taking a shot with the over. You don't like the over here because you just don't think Montreal can score.
Well, I mean, they can score 5-on-5. Dylan Larkin is playing very well this year. He's got Anthony Mantha back from that 15. He was out for 15 games after that broken hand in that fight with Nemeth. Rasmussen is going to be out. Jeff Blashill said that he's not going to be playing. And here's another team that can't score with the man advantage. 1 goal over the past 20. Mm-hmm. They've now at 21st in the NHL. Remember, they were a top 7 team in power play before. They continue to attempt to win games without Green, DeKaiser, Trevor Daley, the top 3 defensemen on the chart. I can't jump on this. I've got to stay off of it. And Robin Belcourt says Detroit just beat Nashville the other day in OT. Yes, they won 4-3 on Friday night and cost me some cash. Mm-hmm. I can't do it. But here, and we only have 14 more minutes, so
that's all right. We can do it. Let's move on to Columbus and Tampa Bay. Columbus, talk about a team that's having problems with their power play, right? Columbus is having serious problems with their power play. Tampa Bay is a team that, they were on a long winning streak coming off a loss. Feels like a bounce back spot, or it's a little bit of a bubble burst thing for Tampa Bay of a long winning streak and then a loss. Are they going to bounce back here? Or are they going to be like, we've done enough winning. We'll eat another loss here. Columbus, of course, has won 7 out of their last 9. Not sure how they're doing it with their with their power play. They just have they're winning, but their power play numbers are horrible, right?
They're 0.1% ahead of Montreal, 30th in the league. Jackets at Lightning. I would love to take the Jackets here. I would love to, but I just don't think I'm getting enough. Mm-hmm. At plus 140, is that what I'd be offering? Being offered plus 140 for the Jackets?
Plus 140?
Yeah.
No. I was thinking for Columbus, like plus 165.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That is appealing to me. Billy Exotic says the Bolts. You guys know I love fading teams first game back at home after a long road trip. I absolutely love it. Lightning coming off their first regulation loss. Now they did hit 3 posts. They only got 20 shots on goal. They hit 3 posts in that 5-2 loss to the Sharks. They're expected to get Coburn back. They might also get JT Miller back. Blue Jackets are rolling. 8-2-1 over their past 11. 4-3 overtime victory at Florida on Saturday night. Tortorella moved Panner in the left wing on the second line with Wenberg and Duclair. I've been waiting for Wenberg to be a top player, and there was a time 2 years ago where I was like, this kid's going to be awesome. I was way off. Now, Borkstrand has moved up to play with Dubois and Atkinson. This is a healthy group, and they're getting great news from the Foligno family. His daughter, Milana, who underwent scheduled surgery, she was born with a congenital heart defect, is doing better. They said after the surgery that the Folignos are really happy about how it's gone, and now there's a recovery period for her. I would love, so really I'd get plus 165 on the Jackets?
Yeah, but still, I don't know if that's enough. I mean, it depends on what we're expecting from Tampa Bay here. This is a team that,
Billy Exotic says that. Check out every game Bolts lose. They win every game but one all season. Mostly they win big.
Yeah, I mean, they can lose. They lost their last game, but before that 7 in a row, you want to fade them.
Gabe Pasquis says Tampa-Columbus play is over.
Yeah, and then the first period over is, I was thinking as well, maybe a shot with the first period over. What do you think about that?
Oh, and Big Ragu over in Jackets Lightning. Last 5, both teams combined 10 goals. Fred Gialli's on the Jackets money line. Jackets money line. Listen, I like the Jackets in this spot. I really do. And I understand the idea that the Lightning will bounce back from their losses. This is not that. This is their first game. You know what? I'm going to take them.
You want it?
I'm going to take the Jackets here.
God,
on the money line.
Man, that's just so. All right, okay. Well, the least we can do for you, Jimmy the Bag, is line shop. We will get you the 5 dimes line, which is plus 175. All right, we'll give you that one. Columbus money line plus 175. I don't know. We sort of stopped looking at these alternative puck lines on these huge lines, but I'm just curious to see what this would be. Probably, plus 450 or something like that. I guess. All right. Let's. So if we expect scoring, maybe the the Columbus team total over, which would be 2.5 minus 150. What's your take on Vasilevsky? Isn't he a guy who can stand on his head at any given time? No.
Yeah. Vasilevsky
is awesome, right?
He at times, if it wasn't for 1 month last year, I think he was a top 5 goaltender. Maybe he is. 920 save percentage, just a 2.66 goals against average, which isn't great. Billy Exotic saying don't do it. Pike Eye saying do it. Nate Hogan saying loss. Listen, I love this spot. Melvin Morel, listen, he's joining us from the Dominican Republic on his vacation. Love that. I really feel like that you take that Lightning stat of bouncing back after every loss and put a line through it, because they're coming home after a long road trip. And I've had great success in this situation.
But they're awesome, though. All right, well, the alternative puck line would be plus 400. Jimmy the Bag's made a decision. He's going to take Columbus. I'm gonna pass on that one. Then let's talk about Colorado-Winnipeg. Another team. Winnipeg is very inconsistent right now. Something's wrong with them, I think. Not necessarily.
It's big Bufflin out of the lineup to me.
That's it?
Well, no, we talked about the guys who weren't scoring, right? We talked, and some of them stepped up. Kyle Connor snapped his 10-game goal drought. We talked about that last game.
We did.
We talked about Brian Little, and he ended his 11-game stretch.
We talked about that.
And Bufflin's out. So, but you're right. Scheifele and Wheeler just aren't rolling. Scheifele scored 17 of his 50 points in an 8-game stretch. He has 2 points in his last 6 games. Blake Wheeler, a goal and 2 assists in his past 5 games. And Leland Tagliari saying Vasilevsky is better than his stats this season, being injured. I feel that. Billy Exotic said Bolton won every single game at home off of every road trip game all season. This was a long road trip, and it was on the West Coast, Billy. This is what I'm saying. I'm not making this bet for friendship. This is what I think is going to happen here. I think that this is a great opportunity for a Blue Jackets team that's 8-2-1 in their past 11. I can completely understand. I love capping with you, Billy Exotic, but I can completely understand what you're saying and what those stats are saying. But off of a road trip that's on the other side of the country, I've had great success in my career fading those teams when they come home. That's what I'm saying.
All right, so Colorado-Winnipeg is what we're talking about right now. I was leaning Colorado maybe first period. I was leaning first period over maybe. The full game over is a little bit tough because it is one of those 6.5s. But, maybe even Colorado for a win or Colorado minus 1.5. This is another tempting game here.
Sorry, I just have to copy and paste my man Matt Randall's college basketball action. We just love Matt Randall. Thank you for sharing that with us. Yes, Avalanche at Jets. This is another dangerous spot because the Jets bounced back. They came back. They won easily 5-1 over the Stars at home on Sunday night. The win came after 5 games, which they scored more than 1 goal once.
Yeah.
Very strange. Very, very strange.
With Winnipeg, right?
Yeah.
What's up with them?
Well,
are they a reliable offensive team or not?
I think that they are, and I think that Richie Rich says love Columbus today, Jimmy.
Okay.
I like hearing that. Okay. First off, the Avs are a very rested group.
Right.
Bednar was an idiot. I think it was a very bad move taking Landeskog off of that Rantanen McKinnon line. Teams go through slumps. I think Winnipeg will just be fine. I think Winnipeg will be fine. Big Roo says taking a flyer on the Avs, nice price. They're expected to get Semyon Varlamov back from injury tonight. That kind of worries me. Now, we've talked about these teams with not a lot of depth, and this is the Avalanche are one of them, and now they're dealing with injuries, and that's why they're losing. They don't have Kamenev and Wilson. I know they're bottom six forwards, but when you don't have a lot of depth, those guys are very important. They also don't have Zadorov and Barbero on defense, and that's very, very tough. Pie Guy says, what do you think about under 6.5? I always like going under 6.5, but when are these guys going to wake up, and is Varlamov to be trusted? Listen, if Varlamov wasn't in goal, I'd probably take the Avs here. I'm just a little, what's Varlamov going to, like, he has a 9-12 save percentage this year.
Well, I'm seeing Grubauer unconfirmed, but listed.
Yeah, they're saying that Varlamov is supposed to be in net tonight, but you're right, this is a dangerous spot to put him in. What would you get on the Avalanche?
Well, you'd get on the full game about plus 140, 142. I was thinking about maybe the first period or maybe.
I think that the Jets showed us something in that last game.
What did they show us?
They scored 5 goals. This is a team that used to be top 5 in both goals per game and goals allowed. Their power play still at 28%. Their penalty killing is still good, 11th. It's dangerous. I don't know exactly how to handle this spot.
What about Colorado first period?
Kate Pasquis says Avs and Jets are a solid pass. Line A is really not good this year, and Wheeler and Scheifele are average now. Gun to the head, Avs money line. Kevin Pine, I'm on Jets puck line.
No need to force anything. Then we have Dallas against St. Louis. St. Louis on a back-to-back beat Philly. Now Dallas is coming in. Dallas has been a strong under-trender on the road, but I was thinking maybe we like the over here. Maybe we like Dallas here. Maybe Dallas team total over, something like that. Maybe a first period over. What do you think?
There's a huge long article, and because of the 19 games, I didn't have a chance to properly read it. I think it's on ESPN.com, just about the Stars right now and about their pace and I wanted to read. It's a long article, and I will read it this afternoon.
Okay, good. We're going to need you to read that.
I really wanted to. I just didn't have time, and we need more explanation on what's going on with this Stars team. They're coming off an ugly 5-1 loss. They're not to be trusted. They're still 6-3-1 over the past 10. Somehow, they're 6-3-1 in their past 10, despite scoring 2 goals or fewer in 8 of those 10 games. The Blues are on the second half of back-to-back. I was pretty high on Binnington, and I really want you guys to watch these kids coming up. And when they're 6 feet tall or 6'1", they were not supposed to make it. And I love those kids. And Binnington comes up and has a shutout in his first start. Keep an eye out for that moving forward, because those kids were told, no, you are not right to be an NHL goaltender. They want 6'6" goaltenders, and these kids fought through it every step of the way. Always look out for those kids coming up. Listen,
we're probably going to get Allen tonight, right?
We're going to get Allen. I don't trust him. I don't trust them at all, but I do think the Blues are going to give us value moving forward. Another strange stat about the Blues, they played a lot more home games than road games, so maybe the Blues are a very tricky thing, and I wish St. Louis Elite was here to join us thinking about what he likes moving forward. Van City Chris, my man Van City Chris says, we love Dallas here. Value. Ron Crawford Stars. Leland Taglieri Stars.
And interestingly, there's been a strong move to the under on this one. It opened at 5.5, low total in today's NHL. Opened at 5.5, plus 107, and now down to minus 115 at Pinnacle. So a 20-cent line move here towards the under on a total that opened already low. And you're probably getting Allen in goal, right? I'm not totally understanding that line move. It's a very interesting one, isn't it?
It's something I don't trust. I mean, look at the Stars. I mean, we just went over that stat. 2 goals or fewer in 8 of their past 10 games. They're not scoring. But do you trust Jake Allen? This is a stay-away game for me.
All right, I'm leaning Dallas, and I'm leaning Dallas team total over, but we'll be doing this in the afternoon show, which is 5:30 Eastern time.
Yes,
5:30 Eastern time. Very nice, Jimmy the Bag. All right, let's keep a brisk pace here. Rangers in Vegas. Obviously, Rangers having all kinds of problems defensively. Vegas absolutely rolling. I think both of those things are for real. You want to lay 270 though with Vegas here. Not totally sure about that.
I got plus 100, minus 1.5. I betted it minus 105.
You took it?
Minus 1.5. Yeah, I took it. Rangers are getting destroyed. Last 3 games have been outscored 18-3. If they weren't playing Vegas, I would think, this is a nice bounce back spot. I don't want to fade the Rangers that much moving forward. I don't know if you're ever going to get value doing that. Lundqvist being pulled in each of his last 2 starts.
Yeah, and now we got Georgiev. So is the problem Lundqvist, or is the problem the Rangers' defense in general?
The problem is the Rangers' defense in general, and really their forwards not back-checking, not being responsible. And Kevin Hayes is maybe their most responsible forward, and he's out with an upper body injury.
And that's not something that you think they can turn around?
I don't know if their roster is going to allow them.
The roster just isn't that good, huh?
And they've got offensive guys like Buchnevich. The reason why he's been a healthy scratch, like I got him in the pool, he's screwing me over in the pool, but the reason why he's been a healthy scratch is because he just is not responsible enough defensively. Rangers have been down 2-0 in the first period each of these 2 games on the road trip. Knights are rolling. The Knights scare me. They scare me very, very much. They just seem to get the job done at all times. Ganja Gamer says, Rangers bringing me to the ledge, boys. Vegas has given up 7 goals in their 6-game win streak. This is a scary, scary team that is likely going to cost me some money, so why not start betting them now?
So you think the Rangers are just mailing it in on this?
Well, Ganja Gamer says Quinn is bad, roster is bad. I agree with that. I do not like what Quinn has done this year. Some of these college coaches like Montgomery, I've liked what he's done. We've already seen Hackstall fired, right? Those were the 3 coaches that came up from college. Yeah, I don't like what Quinn has done, and there was times where I sort of did early in the year, but I don't like it. And the fact that the defense is playing so bad. Richie Rich says Vegas 65% puck line makes sense. Leland Tagliari says Shattenkirk is bad luck. Yeah, he's just not a quality defenseman. Okay, we only have 2 more minutes.
Yeah,
so
no, I'm just thinking that this line is so high. You don't think the Rangers have it in them to turn it around, or do you think they're just like
against any other team?
Against any other team that yes, they do.
But this Vegas team
is too tough.
They're just playing so good. God, Gerard Gallant. George McPhee, what these guys have done is absolutely
and they're just going to hand the beat down, and you think the Rangers?
No beat down.
No beat down, but just they're not going to get a win.
The Rangers just aren't going to get a win, and the -1.5's in
they're
play.
Just like,
I think the under is in play.
Yeah, you think so, huh?
Yeah.
Even though the Rangers have been so terrible defensively.
The Golden Knights are not putting up a ton of scoring. They are 13th in goals per game. We only have 1 more minute, and I need to.
And that's going to be Edmonton against San Jose. Oh, yes. So you did take Vegas. Well, what line did you get?
I got +100.
Okay, Vegas puck line +100. Okay.
I also got, and I know I beat this line. I got Sharks -1.5 at +135.
Okay.
The under 6 is what I want, but I couldn't get it at my book. And I know is it still available? I want to take the under in this game.
Wait, the under 6 at what? In San Jose, Edmonton?
Yes.
Well, could I interest you in 6.5? Because it's getting bet up, Jim.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's getting bet up.
Because of Aaron Dell?
I guess so, yeah. And we've seen this before. We've seen this movie before, haven't we?
We have. Okay, I'll hold off. Wow.
Yeah. Although Dell is unconfirmed, I'm seeing. Is he definitely going to be in there? Koskinen and Aaron Dell, but unconfirmed. I was thinking about an under as well on this one. It's just that Dell made me. Do I have Edmonton first period might be good? Right, and the under might be good. That's what I was thinking about both of these.
Wow. Okay, that's going to hold me back. Richie Rich says San Jose 4-1. 6.5?
Yeah.
What's the juice do?
Not even that bad. I could shop around for you, Jimmy.
Okay, I'm gonna need to figure it out. I can't just jump on that right now.
We could give you -115, or maybe even go to Pinnacle and find an even better line.
So did I beat at least the puck line at +135?
For San Jose.
Yeah.
Let me just find it. No, we give you +145 right now. But I think that's just because Dell is. I'm seeing him on.
Dell was going to be in net when I made that.
I assumed he was going to be in net. Yeah, but I guess other people maybe didn't. That could be the cause of the move. I was thinking about a big shot with Edmonton. First period maybe, and then the under. I was thinking about that. How bad is Dell?
I don't think he's that bad. He's just one of those character guys who earned his way up. I believe he made his. He's an older goalie who we watched the team rally around him last year. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to take some more time. That's it. And Lamont, my man Lamont Williams, giving us the best play in college basketball. I've copied and pasted that. Okay, so listen. I know the Sharks are in the second half of a back-to-back.
Right.
Yesterday, I talked all about Brent Burns and Erik Karlsson nonstop because we're talking about a team without Vlasic and Justin Braun. These guys are spectacular. This Sharks team is going to roll. Mm-hmm. Burns has 12 points in his last 6 games. Karlsson has 12 points in his last 5 games, got assisted on every goal last night against the Kings. This is what these guys actually need. They need to play 30 minutes a game. They love it. Mm-hmm. Karlsson's got a point in each of his last 13 games. It's a franchise record stretch that was broken up by that 2-game NHL suspension. I love those 2 defensemen, and I hate when we keep going back to Xbox, but what a treat it would be to have the Sharks for a whole season and to use these guys in Xbox. They're spectacular. Oilers are on the 4th game of a 4-game road trip. They came in having lost 6 straight. They're 2-1 on this trip, so they beat the Coyotes 3-1. They lose to LA 4-0. Then they win 4-0 over Anaheim. They're going to lose here tonight. I'm on Sharks -1.5.
Okay, and Richie Rich likes San Jose 4-1. You like the under as well, though, huh?
I do, but I just that market move needs me to pay more to focus on it a little more. I just can't jump on it right now.
Yeah. All right, so let's see what the official plays here are for NHL. Jimmy the Bag, correct me if I've missed anything.
I've only added the one play from my 4 in the morning.
I have 6 plays here for you.
Okay,
I have Boston puck line,
Yeah.
Pittsburgh puck line, New Jersey Buffalo under 6, Columbus
you're right,
money
sorry.
line, Vegas puck line, and San Jose puck line. I am on Boston -1, Minnesota team total under 2.5 -110, and New Jersey Buffalo under 6. And I guess just the leans I was thinking about in on this NHL card were what were the leans I was thinking about? Yeah, I was thinking about the under in Edmonton, San Jose. Thinking about maybe Edmonton first period, but you really think that San Jose has the big edge here, huh?
Even on the second half of a back-to-back, without Clefbaum, I really do.
Yeah. The Dallas-St. Louis game is interesting. I was thinking about taking Dallas, Colorado-Winnipeg, maybe a first period over. Columbus-Tampa Bay, maybe a first period over. Detroit team total over, maybe that. How do you feel about Detroit team total over? Can they score at all?
They can.
Yeah.
They can. Their forwards are healthy right now. The issue is just what do you make of their defense right now? And I actually need to watch them more, and I will be hammering them watching. I'm going to watch a lot of that Habs Red Wings game tonight. It's tough when there's 11 games to pick which game you want. You got them on 4 screens. NHL package right now, $49.99. $49.99 at NHL.com for the rest of the season. Grab it.
I hear you. All right, I guess that's it for NHL. Again, we will be doing the show again at 5:30 Eastern time, so I can add on maybe some of my NHL leans. Now let's get to NBA. Do you want to just go down the chronologically like we did before? Like we did with NHL?
No, NBA, there's only this, and I have the lines in between them. But I would like to see back to double-digit units. Right? Am I back to
we can throw the NBA record up if you want. I had a big day in NBA yesterday, so I'm down to only like 17 units negative now. But I liked the Sacramento game yesterday. I like Milwaukee. Why didn't I give him? Just because I'm a pussy. That's why. Although on the other hand, I tailed you on Dallas first half, not full game. So I guess the breaks even out.
That was smart.
Yeah, no. Sometimes a broken, especially if you're just if you have 2 options, you're half the time you're going to pick right. But all right, so let's
and Ringer Ring says favorite play in NHL out of those 6, Jimmy.
Boston, right? No.
I'm going to take a look and make a decision while we're doing everything. So give me a little bit of time on that.
All right, so I guess in the NBA, what was I thinking about? Well, obviously, we can start with the Minnesota OKC game, which is very interesting. Obviously, Thibodeau is out for Minnesota. I was thinking about under here. I was thinking about maybe the OKC team total under here. Not sure I want to take Minnesota here because they did win a bunch of their games, by big margins before. What happened?
Dan Kelly has made an appearance.
Oh shit, Dan Kelly.
Dan Kelly's made an appearance. So let me copy and paste that. Do you mind? Why don't we let Dan lead us into this?
Yeah, I mean, I got to be thinking that at least the under in the OKC is worth a shot. Here we go, Dan Kelly. There you go, Dan Kelly. First half, Minnesota, OKC under. So now Dan Kelly is probably thinking, nope, now I'm switching it on the over. I have mushed a lot of Dan Kelly plays in the past. Maybe that is ending right now. But I was leaning under. I was leaning full game under in the OKC game and thinking about a shot with the OKC team total under as well. Obviously, it's an interesting game, right?
Okay. King Rail says we all ate good yesterday in the NBA. Yeah, we ate good. They ate great.
Mm-hmm.
We ate good. They ate great. I need help with this NBA card, and I don't want to push it. It's funny that I move it down.
I did great in the NBA. On Mondays, even on Mondays are so good for me. Even I
know
can,
it was probably a mistake for me to cut down to 3/4 of a unit on Mondays, too, because it was quite a... And those plays that hit were so simple to me.
Yes,
the Rockets at home to me was so simple. And I took a little bit of a backlash against it. People saying no Nuggets. I was like, you're getting the Houston Rockets at even money at home.
And the Pelicans was so simple.
The Pelicans was simple, but the market had moved against them.
Right, as did the market move in the Orlando game. So, we're sitting here, I'm like, all right, a Sacktown King yesterday and Ralph Portuando both like the Kings, and I was thinking the Kings are an obvious play. Then you got the market moving in one direction. You got Dan Kelly saying, be careful, the spot for Orlando at first glance looks like it should be a bad spot for them, but statistically, I have every reason to believe that it's not. But, it was an easy cover by Sacramento, and I should have been on it.
Okay.
All right.
This spot here, obviously, we all love taking the team that has a new head coach blindly.
Right.
But
I don't know about this one.
As King Rail says, OKC off a bad loss. Reggie OKC will bounce back tonight. OKC against the spread. Mal, Wolves will play better. And then here, Super Cisco, Timberwolves money line, and Melee Payless Way, OKC, Minnesota under 228.
But this one moved from 224 all the way up to 228.5 or 229.
Jesus.
I don't understand that.
Well, you've seen me with the Wolves games this year, the totals that I've used.
Yeah.
They've fallen apart.
Yeah.
Remember, I lost one by over 30 points. I know. So this is a tricky spot. Now, to me, the reason why I think the total skyrocketing is because there's one player on Minnesota that's crucial defensively when you're defending the Thunder, and that's Robert Covington.
Yeah.
And I know that there's people who have said, he's not good defensively. He's still a 6'9" small forward. who would help enormously. He'd be very helpful tonight. And Thunder are trying to bounce back from an ugly 116-98 loss to Washington on Sunday. Does Dan have a spot on this?
Yeah, he likes the first half under, which is kind of interesting. Very interesting. More than kind of.
More than kind of, yes.
Sacktown OKC, great call on the Kings yesterday. He likes OKC first quarter.
Board Scholar, OKC at home is very good. Gerald Martinez, Minnesota still got to be a bad road team.
What about the under? When within the first half under? All right, am I overthinking this? No, I'm not.
No, you're scared of the market move.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to take it. What the hell? I'll take Minnesota OKC. I'm going to take full game under, and I'm going to take the first half under as well. I was leaning both of those, and
Super Cisco liking OKC team total under.
That's what I was thinking as well.
So we have Ryan Saunders, right? Flip Saunders' son, 32 years old, coaching in the NBA. Man, I wish my dad was a coach. Ugh, what a nice life, eh?
Yeah.
Get to 32 years old, get to coach an NBA basketball team, grow up. Who cares about school? Just focus on basketball every single day. That sounds like a pretty wonderful life. Trent Claxton, OKC first half.
All right, so I'm taking OKC.
Cash action, OKC in the under.
Okay, yeah, OKC for a full game under 229 minus 110. I'm going to take the best.
So do you expect U-shaped movement on this?
No, I don't know. I don't know what to expect, but I am going to take the first half under 116 minus 108, and that is at Pinnacle. First half under 116 minus 108. I'll take that one. Might be making a mistake here. It is Tuesday, not Monday, after all. Jimmy the Bag, let's move on, huh?
Yeah, let's move on.
All right. So what else is an interesting game?
I think Mally Mal's leading us into what I find is an interesting game because I didn't make any bets before I came in here, and I think that he's right here, and I just needed to be pushed in the right direction. While I'm breaking down this Hornets-Clippers game, could you take a look and see if Dan has anything on this?
Who?
Dan Kelly.
Hornets and Clippers.
Clippers are coming off 106-96 home victory over the Magic on Sunday.
He likes the under. Full game. Wow.
Really?
Wow.
Yes. And what movements has there been on that?
I mean, it's a super high total, which is very interesting. The movement has been actually got a little bit to the over. Well, all over the place. It opened at 230. Now it's up to 231.5 at Pinnacle, but some places are still down at 230.5. So, and Just Bet is at 230. So uncertainty here when it comes to where this total should be, at least as of right now. 11:45 a.m. Eastern Time. 11:47.
Okay, so we talked last week about the deficiency the Clippers were having on defense and how it was a problem with Doc Rivers. You're saying defense is a problem, defense is a problem. And then we're looking at this roster, and you look at the guards, and you're like, well, Beverly, and why is there not? At one point, we thought Avery Bradley could be the best on-ball defender in the NBA. We thought that 2 years ago.
Right.
With these guys, what's going wrong? And then you see them win 106-96 at home over the Magic. That's, I think... And I know that Dan Kelly's breakdowns are with all of his spreadsheets, but to me, just psychologically and just situationally, that makes a ton of sense right now that the under would be the play, that the Clippers would keep playing that kind of shutdown defense that worked on Sunday. So that's just from a simple spot. Charlotte coming off 119-113 win at Phoenix. Hornets have won just 5 times on the road all season. They've not won consecutive games away from home since the second and third games of the year. These are very offensive teams, right? Clippers 4th in the NBA, 115.7. Charlotte 8th at 113. Hornets Walker is crushing fourth quarters, and we know that Lou Will does that. Mally Mal gave this great stat here. Mally Mal said Hornets are 24-48 without Cody Zeller. Harold will eat tonight. We talked about that Zeller stat last week. Clippers think that Mbah Moute could return soon. They're not playing with Teodosic, but he's had no role. Zeller out. Jeremy Lamb day-to-day with a hamstring injury. Okay, I'm making 2 plays. My first 2 plays on the card. I'm going full game under. I'm going to roll with Dan Kelly on that. And I'm going to roll with my man Mally Mal on Clippers full game.
Charlotte Clippers under. Okay, so the best line we can give you right now would be 231.5 minus 108. That's an interesting line right there. Excuse me. Charlotte, it does make some sense, doesn't it?
Sorry, first of the game today says, Jimmy, what do you know about markets? Nothing. Yes, first of the game today. Exactly. Thank you for joining us. Yes, I know nothing about markets. Wish I learned more about you, though. You seem like a fun guy.
Under 231. God, Dan Kelly likes the under. The total has gotten bet up. It's a very, very weird situation, isn't it?
I'll take both the under 231
and 231.5 minus 108.
Beautiful.
And what else?
And the full game Clippers.
Full game Clippers. All right, hold on. That will be minus 6.5 minus 108. minus 6.5, minus 107. We can give you that at 5 dimes. So you're going to get LA Clippers minus 6.5, minus 107. So then by definition, you like the Charlotte team total under.
Nice. We got Rob Rogers and Jimmy J back in action. Chris Carson's on the Clippers over 231. That worries me.
It's on the Clippers over 231.
Yeah.
Now, why would that be?
Well, these are very offensive teams. Super Cisco like in Clippers first quarter. I'm fine with this. I like the idea that Doc Rivers is trying to change what's been going on. Bookie Bird says you're going to take minus 6.5 with a total of 231. I am. I'm doubling up here.
All right, you want to talk, because I'm thinking about taking the Charlotte team total under, but Charlotte can score though. It's just you think that the Clippers are going to dictate the pace and the style of the game.
I do.
Yeah. All right, I'll take the Charlotte team total under. I'll take that one. Charlotte team total under. That's going to be 112 minus 105. That's a little risky, but I'll take it. Under 112 minus 105. That's the current line at Pinnacle. All right, what else? What else are you liking here, Jimmy? The bag.
Well, I find this a tough card. Let's start breaking down. We got Pacers at Cavs. You have to think the Cavs are going to keep getting destroyed. I mean, they're on the fourth game of a 4-game homestand. They've lost by 25, 26, and 35. They've lost 9 straight, coming off a 133-98 loss at home to the Pelicans. 3 weeks ago, the Cavs stunned the Pacers 92-91.
Why is this total so low? I was thinking that maybe the Indiana team total over might be worth a shot. Should this total be that low?
Sorry, what's the movement been?
You know, it opened at 207. It got bet up to 208 or 208.5. Still seems a little bit low to me. I understand that the Pacers are a big favorite here, so the Pacers team total would be 109. And there's definitely some disagreement on the Cleveland team total. Dan Kelly likes the over at 99. Someone else suggested that he liked the under 98.5. Travel with Leo likes Cavs. Yep, there you go. Steve Priest likes Cavs team total under. Dan Kelly likes the Cavs team total over. Yeah.
Chris Garza liking Pacers minus 10. Brooke Jordan liking that call. Roger Gama says Cavs beat Indy by 1.
Good call, Pete. Which guy? I assume she means Charlotte team total under.
That's what I assume,
yeah.
Travel with Leo likes Cavs first half plus 5.5. Stephen Priest liking Cavs team total under. King Rail says, why do people keep betting Cavs money line? Super Cisco saying Cavs have injuries. They certainly do. Rodney Hood, Achilles, Dellavedova foot. Both could be available. Hood missed the New Orleans game. Dellavedova sat the past 2 games. Zizic may also return from injuries. They signed Cameron Payne. They waived Patrick McCaw. Nwaba's out. Kevin Love is out. Miles Turner with a shoulder injury after the broken nose. He could be sitting, which would mean Sabonis would start. The big thing right now, and I don't even know if you can really cap this game until you know, Darren Collison and Corey Joseph are both questionable with leg injuries. And until you kind of have an idea, at least one of them will be in the lineup, it's very hard to make a move on this game. Indiana was 4 of 17 from 3 against the Pacers. I can understand Pacers not being trusted. This is a tricky spot. I need to know about them.
All right, let me look at some other games that I was thinking about.
This is a big one here, the Wizards at Sixers. I've come very close twice already today to taking the Wizards here. There is a sickness going through, and I know this has not helped us. And I almost didn't want to bring it up, but there's a issue going on. There is what is it called? It's a respiratory infection going through this Sixers team. That's why Butler's been out, and Simmons has come down with the respiratory infection. He may miss tonight's game. Wilson Chandler is sick too. That's a big deal. But the Wizards coming off that very impressive road win against the Thunder. 25 points from Beal. Otto Porter stepped up, gave him 20 off the bench. Green played well. The Wizards are 9-0 when they're out-rebound their opponent, but that's not easy without Howard or Markieff Morris. I want to take the Wizards here, but I need to hear what you guys... and Jeremy Miller says Butler and Ben Simmons are in tonight. Dave L.A. says Pacers are going to pound the Cavs. Gerald Martinez says Wizards are playing hard. And cash action is on Philly and the under. Gerald Martinez says like Beal on a mission. Guess I'll be taking the Wizards. You know, I would take the Wizards. I just wanted to hear what you guys had to say. Bookie Bird saying definitely waiting for King's Court. That's a good idea. They're killing it. This is a tough spot. I would like to take the Wizards here. Is it 8.5 still?
Yeah, 8.5. You know, although we give you a 9 at Pinnacle if you want.
Yeah, a lot of people saying it's the herp that's going through. And Eric Swiatek says, "Oh no, not the sickness angle. I know this is blowing up in our face every time. I don't think it's ever worked for us." Spike says Embiid will destroy their bigs. Yeah, that is a huge huge problem with this team. Huge problem. Board Scholar says Embiid sick as well. Not that we know of. Okay. Big Rigu said that's enough info to take the Wizards. It's a huge line. I want to take the Wizards here.
Okay.
I'm just a little worried, and I want to take the Wizards here. Angel Romero coming in. Oh, DJ Big Boss says, would you take the Sixers if they were not sick? Yes. Yes, I would. I would because of how well the Wizards played last game. I think that they come back down to earth.
We got to talk about the Golden State game, Jimmy the Bag. It opened at about 17. It got bet up, I believe, to 18, and now back down to 17. So, money coming in on the Knicks when the line hit 18, which I guess is understandable. But I mean, the Knicks on a back-to-back. Golden State has actually lost 3 games in a row straight up at home. So you got to figure that they're, I know this team doesn't have anything to prove to anyone. They've lost 3 in a row at home, straight up. You got to think that there's a little bit, maybe not actually, but you got to think there's a little bit of a little voice inside of them saying, like, let's just prove we can get a blowout win at home against an NBA team, right? The line is huge, though. The Knicks are just looking like they're a mess, You're
right.
Knicks on a back-to-back.
Curry says we got to get better at home.
Right.
We know that. It's a dangerous game. This is a very rested Golden State Warriors team. This is so dangerous. Knicks are on the second half of a road back-to-back.
I'm just saying we have to talk about it. We don't necessarily have to. We can just sit back and laugh at it. We can look at it and see and ask if Dan Kelly has a play on it, and he does. Full game Golden State team total under 124.5. That might be not a bad play right there. Because, maybe Golden State does want to get a resounding win, but they still just don't have it in them to push the pace. Knicks might be a little bit tired. We might see a modest scoring game here. Dan Kelly might have just nailed it. Golden State team total under 124.5.
Yeah.
Maybe, right?
Right.
Why not? Golden State wants to prove that they can get a win at home, but do they want to prove they can put up 140 at home? No, they've already proved that. They don't care about that, do they? No.
This is tough.
It is tough.
I'm going to need a little bit more time on this one.
Is Golden State going to run it up and down and up and down? They might. I mean,
if Dave LA like in Golden State Warriors team total over.
Mm-hmm.
John Bolden like in Golden State to cover. MLB saying Golden State Warriors easy pick. Glenn Elliott Man says Golden State by 40. Troy V says Knicks team total under. Cash Action Bet says Warriors in the over. Board Scholar says New York first half, Knicks play hard early. Oh, and what's that line? Luke DM says Wizards Philly no play. Eastern Conference team so unpredictable. And somebody else said Wiz were in a good spot last game, not so much here, says Rostradamus. I'm going to need a little bit more time.
Mally Mal, Golden State Warriors max bet and play of the day.
Marcus Woods, Golden State full game under 231.5. Bank it, fellas.
Wow.
Okay, I know that we're moving along, but I just want to briefly touch on a couple of these games we haven't hit yet. Nuggets Heat especially.
Mm-hmm.
Because Heat's, obviously the Heat at -1.5, you're like, what? Against such a dangerous Nuggets team. Heat have a big situational advantage here. Heat coming off that ugly 106-82 loss at Atlanta. Winslow having a tough time adapting to the rigors being a point guard. Nuggets on the second half of a back-to-back. They tried hard. They lost 125-113. Jokic is just spectacular. What a guy. I'm just blown away. This guy, he's a point center. 7.5 assists.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. Jamal Murray, 18.5 points. I mean, this Nuggets team is going to be spectacular, but right now, without Barton, who's third on the team in scoring with 16.5 points, in a situation where you got Winslow and Richardson, who are taller than both Murray and Harris, right? Richardson is 2 inches taller than Harris. Winslow 3 inches taller than Murray. That's going to be a tough spot for them. And then you have Whiteside blocking the paint. I think the Heat might be the spot here. I'm going to maybe need a little bit more time here.
Vancouver Brooks says, Jimmy the Bag and Pete, tougher for me to catch the New Times live and comment, but no, I'm still watching my favorite show when I can, supporting you guys and the Low Bag fam. Much love. Thanks for all your work. Man, that was just I just wanted to take a little bit of a break from this tough NBA handicapping here. Mally Mal does not need a break from this tough NBA handicapping. He likes Golden State minus the points. -17. Other plays, other games on the card that are interesting, obviously.
The Raptors game, too.
Yeah, the Raptors game. I mean, the Hawks, they're playing better, right? They're getting rebounds. They're getting big points here. Toronto, such an over-trending team, especially with Lowry pushing the pace. I don't know if I'd want an over here, though.
Yeah. It was a very disappointing loss at San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
Then they come back with an extremely impressive back-to-back 123-116 win at Milwaukee, 121-105 at home against the Pacers. Lowry returns after missing 6 straight, 10 of 11, 12 points, 8 assists, but leads the team. They did not have Kawhi Sunday and won easily. Both are expected to be back against the Hawks. Norman Powell puts up 23 off the bench now that he's healthy. Just another weapon for this team. Raptors have won 5 in a row against the Hawks, but the Hawks are playing better basketball. So
They are.
They are. So they beat Miami easily. And then they lose 3 straight before that, but they'd won 5 of 6 before that. John Collins playing well. They're doing this without Bazemore. I love the way Bembry's playing. Put up 17 in that game. Lynn's back.
I mean, this is a carbon friggin' copy of the Milwaukee game, right? Except they're not coming off a win. But Atlanta, they're in a tough schedule right now, right? They went home, they got a nice win. Same deal against Cleveland. They're in a tough part of their schedule. They were at home, against Cleveland. They didn't cover, but they got a nice win. And then 3 road games where they just lost by a big margin. Yeah, they covered the one against Indiana because they were a big dog. But they just got blown out on the road. Then they go back home during this tough schedule, and they get a nice win over Miami. Now they got to go on the road again against Toronto. This just has carbon copy of the Milwaukee game written all over it, right?
Oh, and Leland Tagliari making a great point about Huerter is hurt. At this point, he's probable because it's a left calf. So both Dedmon and Huerter are probable. I think I hear what you're saying is a very tough spot, but are the Raptors going to be up to play this Hawks team?
That's the question.
Because Milwaukee and Indiana are teams that are going to make the playoffs. That they're going to have to. The Raptors are probably going to have to deal with at least one of those teams in the playoffs. So
I'm leaning under, and I was leaning maybe Toronto team total under. Probably both team total unders though. It's just that they're both such over-trending teams, especially with Toronto with Lowry back.
And King Rail saying I wouldn't bet Golden State minus 17. The too many points. Dan Kelly said I'm not recommending it, but if you forced me to bet this, it would be Atlanta money line.
Wow, really?
Luke DM saying this is the best game to fade Golden State Warriors. Everyone will be on them. I can't see them losing, but fading them in the first half or first quarter looks appealing. All those plays hit with the Knicks yesterday. Your first quarter hit easily.
Yeah.
My first half hit easily.
Team total
Full game,
unders
barely, but still hit.
I had the first half under and the team total under for Portland. I hit that one 3 ways. That's what I'm saying. And I had other leans that were all cashing in NBA as well, but it's just because it was Monday. Don't get too excited, anyone.
Super Cisco talking about the first half under here. Is that on the Raptors-Hawks game? What's the total on this Raptors-Hawks game?
228.5. I was leaning under, and I was leaning Toronto team total under. It's just that Toronto is just such a... But are they going to, on a Tuesday night like this, are they going to want to, run up and down the court and get a huge win here? And what's Atlanta going to be doing?
I don't see them getting up for this game at all.
Toronto, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to take both the Toronto team total under and the full game under. This one I like a little bit more. I'm going to take Atlanta, Toronto, and this is going to be Atlanta, Toronto under 228.5, Atlanta, Toronto, 228.5. Let me see, and that's going to be 228.5 minus 105. And I'm also going to take, this might be a mistake, but I'm also going to take the Toronto team total under 121, and that is going to be minus 110, I believe. Toronto team total under 121.
Man is an interesting point, I guess. I didn't. Of course, Vince Carter might add to the atmosphere. Yeah, he might add a bit to it, but I just don't see him. Jansen saying Larry Leonard are back. They're both going to be there.
Mr. Goke says Toronto going up on a Tuesday. What does that mean?
It's a chorus from a song.
Oh, is it? Okay. Is it a song I should know?
It's a few years back. Going up on a Tuesday.
All right. Okay. Yeah, with Lowry back, I don't like taking unders with Toronto, right?
Yeah. No, not necessarily. No, because Trae Young's going to be sprinting all over the place. I don't know why Lowry would want to get in the sprinting competition with him. I think he'd want to slow the pace down.
Rakeem Reynolds, I'm from Toronto. We always good at home, lay the points.
Yeah, Rakeem is I'm going to spend a little bit more time on that. And then the only game, and I don't know if you want to touch on college basketball, because we are, the late show today, we are going to focus on college basketball as much as possible. We are going to briefly talk about NHL briefly, and then spend some time on NBA. We're going to have both Max Westmar and DJ Big Boss separately coming on to join us to help the show. Kings at Suns is the only game we haven't broke down yet. Sacramento on the second half of this.
Well, we're not going to talk about college basketball right now?
No, I'd like to. Yeah, I just want to say 30 seconds on this. Second half of a back-to-back, which is very, very tough. But do you want to back the Suns? We don't know. It looks like Booker's not going to be in the lineup. That was the same situation that the Kings were in last time when they destroyed this Suns team. Booker left this last game. Are we going to see this horrible, horrible starting five with DeAnthony Melton and Mikal Bridges? Ayton is playing well. Suns just look terrible without Booker. Kings on the second half back-to-back. That's going to take a little bit more time. We'll touch on that. And Bud Nino says Devin Booker going to be out. So so we'll touch on that. And we'll spend more time on the NBA card. We don't need to do much more on the NHL card.
Right. Yeah.
So we'll do that for later. Okay, Hammer, let's get into college basketball.
The big game is UNC against NC State. Both these teams been good ATS recently, but NC State is looking like this is the real deal year for them, right?
Well, let me tell you, Matt Randall is on NC State.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. The line is, moved from Pick'em to -1 or -1.5. I agree with that movement. Matt Randall also likes, he says, get on Valparaiso right now. He likes Valpo, Central Michigan, and NC State all winners tonight. I was definitely liking NC State. It would have been nice to get him at Pick'em, but not a big deal to take him at -1. And I will take him at -1 right now at Bet Online, -1, -114.
Do you mind taking over for a bit? Because I've got to pick my favorite NHL play.
Okay, NC State -1, -114. I'm going to quickly check what's up at Pinnacle with that line movement. But again, both of these teams have been great, ATS wise, and the line movement indicates to me that it might be, that NC State is a play. That's what I was thinking before the line movement. Now, after the line movement, I agree with it, and we'll see what Maxwell Smart has to say about this one. But NC State, coming off of some North Carolina, coming off of some big wins against inferior competition, and now they're gonna step up in class. They got beat by Kentucky on a neutral court. They had a nice win against Gonzaga, but they got beat down by Michigan. This is a team that can get beaten down, and I think that NC State is on that level. They certainly will have the motivation. This is a big spot for them to make a statement here, and I think that they will. The step up in class for NC State is a little bit concerning. Let's look at their past results and see how they've done in competitively priced games to remind ourselves. Yeah, against Auburn, they got the nice win. Their only ATS losses were as a massive favorite. Nice win against Penn State on a neutral court. This is obviously not that kind of a game, but I'm thinking that NC State is the play here. -1, -114. I'm going to take that one. Matt Randall likes Valpo and Central Michigan. Let's see what other comments are coming in, and then we will wrap this show up. We'll be doing a lot more college basketball in the afternoon with Maxwell Smart. Cash Ashton Betts likes North Carolina. Oh, shit. Wow. Troy V says Tar Heels win easily.
Chris Dansbury says UNC wins. NC State struggled at Miami.
Yeah, I mean, UNC's win against Gonzaga was pretty impressive. Billy Exotic says it seems like a toss-up to me. Brooke Jordan likes NC State. Noli knows leaning Valpo under. Kobe Valentine, NC State. That's nice to see.
Wow, Max loving Valpo. Cash Action Bets liking Valpo. Other people liking Valpo as well. Valparaiso might be a spot.
Is this a spot where we don't even think about it anymore, other than what we've just heard and read?
Oh, no, I'm going to have to look into these.
You are?
Games. We have the afternoon to do it.
I mean, interestingly, the line has moved against everyone, right? They opened at 4. It's now down to 2.5 or 3.
Before, a couple people are asking for a recap. So just before you end the show, please, if you could go over everything. Maxwell Smart liking NC State. First half, Cash Action liking Villanova and Missouri State. He's also liking Baylor and Purdue. Robbie Tagaloa, Tennessee, Marist, and Mississippi State. Christopher Comentini liking Ball State over Eastern Michigan. Very interesting. Good BK Capper also liking Valpo tonight. DJ Big Boss liking Toledo. Lamont Williams said that was the play of the whole card.
Which one?
Toledo.
Tonight.
Yeah, Lamont Williams was saying that, and Big Boss is on it too. Can't wait to hear Big Boss live on Loshak in the Bag. Chris Garza, Valpo easy.
Toledo is the play. That line has also moved against their leans, which is no problem at all, but it's now up to 9.5 or 10. Opened at 9. So the two big plays, Valpo and Toledo.
Max says no. Max says Buffalo still finds a way to cover versus Toledo. Buffalo's a good squad. Matt Randall, don't think about it. Valpo is at home and is better than Bradley in all 5 big stats. And they're at home.
Billy Exotic likes Ball State, Ball State, Ball State. I know for a while Kobe Valentine was high on Ball State.
Kobe Valentine's being fire right now in college basketball. And here are his plays. Baylor plus 3.
Okay.
St. John's plus 6.5. Maryland plus 1.5. Missouri State plus 7 and money line. Oklahoma plus 6 and money line. Bama plus 6 and money line. NC State -1 and Purdue plus 8.5. Kobe, thank you so much for sharing that, doing all that hard work and sharing it with the low baggers.
Dan Kelly says, I don't comment on college hoops much, but I used to live in NC, and you can throw out anything that has happened so far this season at Raleigh is a big advantage for NC State. That's what I mean. That's what I was thinking. Kind of a no-brainer play on NC State at Pick'em. Not a surprise that it's moved in their favor. I'll be very concerned if we're sitting here in the afternoon show and it's UNC -1, which could easily be the case.
Sean Williams, if you were on Howard last night with me, that was a mistake I made, Sean Williams, a terrible mistake. Sean Williams, a great capper. Keep an eye out for him. Says you will like the Brown game tonight. Interesting. Okay, copy and paste.
This is what we're doing. Copying and pasting. Jimmy the Bag. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we're capping. Sometimes we're just copying and pasting, which is okay.
Hey, I'm going to let the experts do their thing.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Especially with college basketball. Spike quadruple zero says, I was at Pitt NC. NC looked great, and Pitt isn't that bad. Yeah. And we know that Twate Latte has been liking Pitt at times this year as well.
I miss Twate Latte.
I do miss Twate Latte.
Come back to us, Twate. Twate!
Come back to us, Twatty. You can write a song like that. Come back to us, Twatty. Come back. Fred Gialli likes UNC ATS. I might have been a little bit too hasty. I'm actually going to take the Pinnacle line there at -1,
Maxwell Smart, Canisius is on a roll. Better competition. He had me on Canisius money line last. I mean, it was only like a plus 105. I bet it at plus 105. We got it on the show at plus 110. But Max got me on Canisius, and it's been helping.
Angel Romero is on UNC. That's not very nice. So heavy hitters, lots of heavy hitters on both sides of this UNC-NC State
Speaking
game.
of which, and keep talking while we do this,
sure.
but this is I had a really tough year. No, not over what's going to go on the screen.
Okay.
I had a tough year in college basketball. I was down 19 and a half units to start the season. 19 and a half. Could you throw up the college basketball record for us, Rafa? And let's keep rolling while it's going on.
That's all right. No, I mean, look at that. Maxwell Smart, love Valpo. Matt Randall says, take Valpo now, guys.
Yes. And Ganja Gamer says, where's the Kong Kong time machine?
I don't know.
I do miss the Kong Kong time machine.
Doing whatever it does, wherever it may be. Wow, this is a tough card here. The line is headed down, right? In the Valpo game, opened at -4. It's now down to 3 or 2.5.
Trenton Claxton like in the St. John's over. Jerson Rivas like in the under in that big game. North Carolina, NC State.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Mally Mal loving the Boilermakers. Wow. We have gone 11 minutes over.
All right, so let's just wrap this up. Once again, I'll review all the plays. Jimmy the Bag's plays are as follows. Boston puck line, Pittsburgh puck line, New Jersey Buffalo under, Columbus money line, Vegas puck line, San Jose puck line, Charlotte Clippers under 231.5, and Clippers -6.5. My plays are as follows. Boston -1, Minnesota team total under, New Jersey Buffalo under, Minnesota OKC, first half under, full game under, Charlotte team total under. Atlanta, Toronto under 228.5, and Toronto team total under. NC State -1. That might have been a mistake. UNC might be just a better team here, and I might be overestimating the market read on this.
Trenton Claxton, Mississippi State, Mac bet.
Wow. All right. Well, we will be back in the afternoon show, 5:30 Eastern time with Maxwell Smart. We'll be doing this all again.
And Big
DJ
Boss.
Big Boss. Awesome. We'll see you then.